Hi YouTube! This is a all-natural heating and ice pack for your body. Also, a lot of people heat this up and cuddle with it to lower their heating bills during the winter. So, I know a lot of people who do this with kids. They just heat these up and then the kids cuddle with them, kind of like an electric blanket, but better because they're not hooked to an outlet. So basically what it is it's just this bag here that I filled with rice and put essential oils in there. So this is an old sock. You can kind of see the shape now. It's an old sock. The best old socks to use are tube socks. This was just a sock that had a hole in it that I had patched the hole up, and then it got another hole in it. It just wasn't worth patching up anymore. So I cut off the end of the sock, and then I sewed it up by hand, and then filled up the rice about 2/3 of the way. As you can see, it's about 2/3 of the way. You want to fill that much rice up in there, because if you fill less of it, then when you're putting it on certain parts of your body, the rice won't be enough in there, and if you put too much in there, then it will be too heavy and you can't move around the rice enough. So about 2/3 of rice. And the best material to use is a material that's not super stretchy too. If you get a super stretchy material, then it just doesn't seem to work as well. So another reason why you want to use a tube sock is because the tube socks are much longer, and if you have aches and sores around your neck area, it's so much better to have something longer opposed to something shorter. But you know, if you have kids and your husband or the man in the house has a really a bigger sock, and then you have the bigger sock for your smaller children, that would work well as well. So here is my homemade, all-natural heat and ice pack. For the heating, you want to put it in the microwave about 2 minutes, 1.5 to 2 minutes. Some people say 60 seconds, but ours takes a little longer than 60 seconds. And then for the cold, you just put it in the freezer, and it gets cold. Do not put it in your oven. It will burn and it will not heat. And don't put it in your mini oven. Also, the same thing, it burns. It doesn't heat up like it does in the microwave. So when you're using essential oils, just remember, if you're wanting a calming oil, use calming. If you're wanting something to hyper oil, use a hyper oil. If you're wanting something to help with your senses, like a peppermint, use the appropriate oils. So here's the bag. It's awesome. We use ours all the time, and it's just plain old rice in this little sock here. You can also sew little bags. I know people who sew these, they're about this size, and they sew these little bags to use for hand warmers for the winter. And they also put them in their shoes, and that works really well for them. And that way you're not holding something that's just crazy too hot, like some of the store-bought ones that you have to rub together, and that's how they function. Thanks, YouTube. Click if you liked the video, and click if you click subscribe to see more.